Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. The invasion had begun. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. But I feel my time has come, and if I die here for the resistance, oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. And if I die here for the resistance, you must lay me in my grave among the flowers upon the mountain. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Among the flowers upon the mountain, let me rest among the brave. Someday the people will pick the flowers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Someday the people will pick the flowers, and they will remember my name. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of our resistance, and those who died for liberty.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell, of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
the Zulu say, have nice bows and arrows. Of how brave you face one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened all the natives to the marrow. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like Galloway from the green and lovely lakes of Gilshandar. Come let us hear you tell how you stand the brave Parnell and taught them well and truly persecuted. Where are the stares and jeers that you proudly let us hear when our heroes of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like...
Hello there, hello there, hello there, you sexy bastards. How are we all? I'm alive. Or should I? Oh, what? That's not a sentence that follows at all, Kev. You've just said words in random order there. You bollocks that intro up completely, haven't you? You fucking dopey bastard. And now you're having a freak out about fucking up a very simple sentence. Well done. Professional streamer hours. Fuck yes. How are we all anyway? Are we? How is things? How is things? You can't intro the sentence singular and then plural. No. That's two sentences I've bollocksed up already. Chat, you shouldn't be watching. You shouldn't be watching. You definitely shouldn't give me money. Why does it say live January the 21st on the thing? That's not the fucking title of the stream. YouTube. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Although at least I know what the date is now. Look, the thing is fucking... Right, update titles. Again, update all. Is YouTube going to save it this time? It did save it this time. YouTube can suck my dick. YouTube can eat my fucking arsehole dandruff. Oh, stressful. Anyway, how are we all? Are we well? I thought we'd watch a bit of Prime Minister's questions. Does that sound like fucking pain and suffering to you? If so, stick around. It's going to be okay. No, it isn't. That's the problem. Is that it doesn't... This is the thing. This is the lie they tell you. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. Every day. It's okay, though, because eventually we're all going to die. So, you know... The pain of your existence won't have mattered. Think of it that way. Honestly, you're going to start to... someone's going to have to... Like, the problem with doing these jokes, and they are jokes, right, is that someone will take it too seriously one day and I'll get like a fucking wellness check or something. Like, the one time the police knock on my door. And it's like... Are you going to kill yourself? Is that going to do that? Ed, the police will do anything to avoid doing proper work, won't they? You know. Trump already took... He's not going to take... I told you on turn left. On Normal Island itself, I said that he's not going to take over Greenland. He's just not. Anyway, let's just take a look at Prime Minister's questions. There's no complicated like business to attend to here. It's just wank. It's just, this is the political equivalent of slop, basically, isn't it? Thank you, Carl Brown, for gifting a sub. Much love to you. Thank you for your continued support. You do this all the time, Carl, and I love you to death, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
Honestly. I would give you a hand job so vigorous it might snap your cock off. Okay? You might not be into that, though. I don't know. Well, you know, we'll talk. I don't know what that was. What happened there? Thank you, Morinaka, for 18 months. Or is it 18 months or 33 months? It's telling me two different numbers. Whatever it is, it's too long. You need to have sought help already. Gonna have to watch this in the background as the Chelsea game's on. That's true. I wonder if As Friends Rust will pop in tonight, because, I mean, honestly, if anyone needs to have a suicide check on him, it's going to be him, I think. Lost the local derby at the weekend, and then lost to a club that doesn't even sound like a real club. Bodo/Glimt. The fuck is that? You can't have... I'm sorry, I'm not having punctuation bits in a fucking football team's name. You can't have a / in a name. You can't have a hyphen. You can't have a comma. Stop being weird. You're either Bodo or you're Glimt. And I don't know which one of these things is even real. It's like someone taking the piss at Scrabble. No, Glimt is not a word. Not even in Norwegian. Fuck off. Blues won yesterday as well. Albeit against a team that are already relegated, basically, because, you know, they had an 18-point deduction. They're still on -7. Sheffield Wednesday. But we did win away from home, so I'm dope. That's fucking dope. What is it, Clem H. Fandango, you fuck? What? What are you champing about? Someone seriously said this in a YouTube comment argument I was having yesterday. And the comment is, you don't interpret Marxism. That's like saying you interpret biology. Well, they call it scientific socialism, don't they? That's literally a thing that Marxists believe, or Marxist-Leninists call it scientific socialism.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
No, Marxism and Leninism's pretty much always shit. Because, like, Marxism, the way I look at it, right, Marxism is a pizza. And then once you add Leninism, that's like taking a shit on the pizza. Technically, you still have pizza, but it's now covered in shit, and you shouldn't eat it. It's bad for you. That's the way I look at that. But anyway, yeah. Along with the kind of authoritarian mindset, doesn't brook having any criticism of it, right? And one of the ways they do this, at least intellectually, is say, well, my aversion, my hatred of criticism of my worldview is not because I'm a fucking broken child inside. It's not because I'm a pathetic failure of a human being who can't brook the idea that other people have differences of opinions and stuff, and that's actually fine. No, it's not that. It's that I am right because the thing I believe is science. When actually what you're talking about is economics and politics and human beings. It's not science. Your opinion is not scientific. That's not a thing. So basically, it's a safety mechanism for the egos of broken people, basically. If that makes sense. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's take a look at the immortal science of Marxism, Starmerism. Thank you, Carl Brown, for another gifted membership on the YouTubes. Much love. Don't forget you can support me. In fact, if you wanted to, I've got a PayPal and you can give me money, which I need because I'm fucking broke, basically. Because I haven't been streaming a lot. So if you wanted to help me out, you can do so in a very direct, one-off way in that respect. If you wanted to, you know. Also, you do interpret biology. Well, you interpret data, yes. Yeah. Because again, we're not like perfect functioning robots or something, yeah. Anyway. A up from Leeds. Hey, big up to you from Leeds. I haven't been to Leeds in years. I went to the cricket at Headingley. It was lovely. Although I will say, the rugby stadium's ugly. The cricket stadium's lovely, but the rugby stadium is... It's not for me. It's not architecturally, you know. Hey, let's just do fucking content, you cunt. Come on now. Right. But for fucking cunt flap. Fuck. Piss ass. Right. There we go. Right. Fuck's sake. I can't see the Right Honourable Jenny, but she might be being hidden by the fucking bipedal freaks. The humans. So I don't know.
Before we come to Prime Minister's questions, may I extend a warm welcome to the President of the Storting, the Norwegian Parliament, and his delegation, who are with us in...
The Storting, yeah. That's the... the Storting... the only reason I know it's the Storting is because I remember reading about the fall of Denmark, because obviously history and that. The start of the Second World War, the fall of... not the fall of Denmark, the fall of Norway. Although they're kind of linked, they were attacked at basically the same time. And they had the King of Norway, is it Harvik or whatever the fuck his name was, and the Storting members like fleeing north, and they were in some tiny little village that the fucking Luftwaffe flattened, but luckily they were able to get out just in time. In the middle of a fucking massive snowdrift and shit, it was mad. Anyway, so that's the Storting is the Norwegian Parliament, yeah. I don't know if there's any punctuation in that word as there is in certain Norwegian football team names. I can't say it. Is he the speaker? Can't we get someone else? Well, no. The reason that he's still the speaker is because the fucking freaks in Parliament like him. He's an establishment goon, so you know.
In the gallery today. We start with questions to Prime Minister Dr. Jeevan Sandha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question number 1.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In recent days, I've spoken extensively to our international allies, including European leaders and others, the US and NATO. We will continue to engage constructively to resolve issues, particularly relating to international security, applying the...
So whether our supposed allies are actually our allies. By the way, lovely bit of cleavage. It shouldn't be an issue, but you don't usually get it. You don't get a lot of, is it décolletage? Or whatever the fuck they call it, the tit shelf. You don't get it a lot. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that. It's the only thing about Bridget Phillipson that's vaguely redeemable. She has 2 good points.
Principles and values that I set out on Monday. Mr. Speaker, in addition this week, the Government has announced a landmark investment to support children with special educational needs, overhauled our water system, and today launched a £15 billion plan to create warm homes. At home and abroad, this Labour government is delivering for the British people. This meeting I had meetings with ministerial colleagues and others.
Honestly, if Keir Starmer was to wear something as revealing, I would respect him more. But he can't do it. He hasn't got the riz for it.
In addition to my duties in this House, I shall have further such meetings later today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We face an affordability crisis in this country. In the short term, our dependence on fossil...
I'm sorry, did he drive here in an open top? What the fuck is that hair about, my man? Have you just come from a wind tunnel situation?
fuels lead to a rise in energy bills, and in the longer term, the aftershocks of Thatcher mean there are not enough good, non-graduate jobs. And that's why today's Warm Homes Plan is such good news. Making life affordable. Batteries, solar, home insulation. Getting bills down, wages rising, making life affordable. But we must go further.
This isn't a question. This isn't random fucking backbench wanker with slick back shite hair. Lovely beard though, I'll give him that. Like monologue hour. This is the questions to the Prime Minister. Questions to the First Lord of the Chancellery and all that bollocks, right? Like, ask a fucking question. This isn't backbench dick rider hour. Stop it.
So can I ask the Prime Minister, they would do even more to make sure that life is affordable for my...
The Prime Minister.
Fuck. You know what? I'll give him his fair crack here, right? The Speaker of the House of Commons is a chocolate teapot wanker, right? He's fucking useless. But for once, he's done the right thing there. He is the arbiter of who gets to speak and when they get to fucking speak, right? And usually you let them go. But no, on this occasion, quite rightly, he's like, no, this is not like a time for you to give a fucking speech. You're supposed to ask a question, you cunt. Sit the fuck down. So fair play to him. For once, he did his fucking job as Speaker. He interrupted a wanker who's in love with the sound of his own voice. For once. Cool.
Can I thank my honourable friend? I know how much he cares about making life affordable. Mr Speaker, we're taking £150 off energy bills. That's £300 for the 6 million poorest families, including almost 3,700 households in his constituency. The Warm Homes Plan we're announcing today is the biggest ever public investment in upgrading British homes. It will lift 1 million households out of fuel poverty, tackling the cost of living. That's the difference a Labour government makes.
Who? Who's that? What?
Mr Speaker, can I welcome the Prime Minister following our lead on children?
Why is she wearing a gunny sack? Why is she wearing like a why is Priti Patel wearing presumably like her father's suit jacket that's far too big? Like, that's like when an 8-year-old tries on their dad's suit. What is going on there? Honestly, some poor decisions have been made today. Follow Bridget Phillipson's lead. Bit of tit. Nothing wrong with a bit of tit. Oh, we're on a hype train. How did that happen? Thank you, Fuzzmos, for gifting a sub. Much love. We're on a hype train. If we get to the next level of the hype train, I will finger the Tory party because it's fucking dead. Yeah, I said it. Oh no. No. You know this is like a war crime, right? And oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot to plug the fucking thing in. Ah. Right, you know what? I'm going to plug it in and set it up live. And we're going to pretend like I haven't already missed the moment that this would have been a funny thing to introduce. Right? And most of you know what it's going to be anyway, I think. But, yeah. Fuck off. Go. Ow. Ah! Thank you, Phil Decker, with 100 bitty bits. Much love to you. Yeah, skip this version, Stream Deck. You can suck a dick. You can suck a big fucking fat one. If you want to, you know, if you're into that sort of thing. It's fine, you know. We're not all size queens, but, you know, some of us are. Here we go. Right. Perfect timing.
Accessing social media. In particular, can I thank the Shadow Education Secretary, 61 Labour MPs, and the Greater Manchester Mayor for forcing him to think again. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister and I agree. The future of Greenland should only be decided by the people of Greenland. When the Prime Minister made this point to President Trump on Monday, did the President agree or disagree?
Okay. Good. A perfectly reasonable question that he won't answer.
Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, engaging constructively on international security matters hugely, particularly when it comes to security in the Arctic, and that's the context in which this discussion is going on in relation to Greenland. As we engage constructively, I have made my position clear on our principles and values. The first of those is that the future of Greenland is for the people of Greenland and the Kingdom of Denmark alone. The second is that threats of tariffs to pressurise allies are completely wrong. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to engage constructively. I've had many international calls in recent days, and the Prime Minister of Denmark is coming to the United Kingdom tomorrow for bilateral talks. But I do want to be clear with the House. I will not yield. Britain will not yield.
Oh yeah, you're such a man of steel, you, aren't you? He's such a hardcore individual. I will not yield. Fucking clown.
On our principles and values about the future of Greenland.
You don't have principles and values. Also, David Lammy. Can we get rid of David Lammy just from, like, my eyeballs? I don't want to see this genocidal freak.
Under threats of tariffs. And that is my clear position.
Can we be dropped?
Mr. Speaker, I'm
Yeah, he didn't answer the question, did I? He didn't answer the question.
very glad to hear the Prime Minister say that. We all know that the people of Greenland do not want to be ruled by America. But does he agree that just as those in Greenland should decide their own future, so should the Chagosians?
Oh, for fuck's sake! She's still fucking going on Chagos. Why do you think this is a vote winner? Kevin! Why do you think this is a thing that anyone gives the slightest fuck about? Nobody cares. Oh, fucking Chagos, man. So the Lib Dems are now just the EU party, and the fucking Tory party are now the Chagos party. Fucking embarrassing.
It stimulates the part of the brain called Shatner's bassoon.
Mr. Speaker, I've made out my position on Greenland absolutely clear on Monday and a moment ago. President Trump deployed words on Chagos yesterday that were different to his previous words of welcome and support when I met him in the White House. He deployed those words yesterday for the express purpose of putting pressure on me and Britain in relation to my values and principles on the future of Greenland. Mr. Speaker.
You don't have values and principles. You just don't. Stop pretending.
He wants me to yield on my position, and I'm not going to do so. Given that that was his express purpose, I'm surprised the Leader of the Opposition has jumped on the bandwagon. I had understood her position. Mr. Speaker, I had understood her position to be that she supported the government's position on the future of Greenland. Now she appears to support words by President Trump to undermine the government's position on the future of Greenland. She's chosen naked opportunism over the national interest.
God almighty. Look, we're so... right. I was going to go on a little rant there. I was going to go on a little rant about how the British political scene is so pathetically shrunken, given the how staccato and unimpressive and just uninspiring a creature he is. Even when he gets to do the bombastic, like, statesman thing of saying, like, this is our principle, Greenland is part of Denmark. Ah! He has no authority to him. He's got all the force of a toddler's punch. Like, there's nothing. And then I just thought, the country's a joke. We literally have a parliament that doesn't work. Literally. There is... this is something I was already aware of course, but our parliament is so shit that we don't have enough seats for all of our MPs. There is an MP sat on the step. Like, it's such a perfect visualization of how shit a country we've become, I think. Maybe it was always this way, but like we literally don't have the capacity to have our MPs have a chair. It's fucking tragic.
At this very moment, Britannia burns.
Mr. Speaker, we'll note that when I asked him what the President told him, he couldn't tell us. Now he expects us to believe he knows what's going on in President Trump's mind. Let me remind him. His Deputy Prime Minister, then Foreign Secretary, used to say that if President Trump didn't like the deal, it wouldn't go ahead. And let's look at what President Trump actually said. The Chagos deal is an act of great stupidity and a sign of total weakness. We didn't need President Trump to tell us that. We've been saying this for 12 months.
Yes, you have been saying this for 12 months, and you've been cratering in the polls that entire time. I wonder if those two things are maybe linked, because no one gives the slightest fuck about the Chagos Islands. Why have you wasted 2 questions on it?
And let's remind the Prime Minister, President Trump thought that we were doing this, that the Prime Minister is doing this for money. The Prime Minister is giving away territory we own and paying £35 billion for the privilege. Why doesn't he just...
This deal was done by James Cleverly, the then Conservative Party Foreign Secretary. This is your deal.
Just scrap this terrible deal and put the money into our armed forces.
Prime Minister.
The words from President Trump were expressly intended to put pressure on me to yield on my principle. What he said about Chagos was literally in the same sentence as what he said about Greenland. That was his purpose. And the future of Greenland is a binary issue that is splitting the world at the moment with material consequences. I've been clear and consistent in my position on the future of Greenland.
I'm sorry, has Bridget Phillipson slipped into a fugue state? She's just, like, totally non-expressive.
The future is for Greenland and the Kingdom of Denmark alone. The leader of the opposition has taken 3 positions in 10 days. 10 days ago, she said Greenland was, in her words, a second-order issue. 4 days ago, she said she supported our position on Greenland. Now she's backing arguments intended to undermine our position, Britain's position on Greenland. This is an important national moment, and yet again, the leader of the opposition has shown she is...
What is this?
Rory B. Bellows, slip 8. Let's go.
Not a quarter. He'll be dancing for hours.
What? The fuck was... When you mentioned Chagos to the Tories? I don't... That doesn't make any fucking sense, Sully. What are you talking about? You have derailed this. You've ruined me.
Incapable of rising to it.
I've already told him we agree on Greenland.
Damn, that bitch is caked up. Oh.
I'm asking about the Chagos deal. That money, that £35 billion, should go to the armed forces.
This Kevin lad here, whoever he is, anyway. She's hauling a truck.
Speaker, the world is changing. We are in a very different place.
That thang be thangin'.
The most dangerous international environment since the end of the Cold War. Last week, the head of the armed forces, not me, the head of the armed forces warned that our military faces a £28 billion shortfall. Is he right?
Prime Minister!
Mr. Speaker.
There's a dog. You can't really see it very well, but there's a dog there. Give us the fucking angle.
I'm proud we're spending more on defence than any time since the last Labour government. The Strategic Defence Review is back the biggest sustained increase in defence spending since the Cold War. That's £270 billion this Parliament, making defence an engine of growth. That is a stark contrast. Ben Wallace, the longest-serving Conservative Defence Secretary, openly admitted that under their watch our armed forces were hollowed out.
Order. Mr. Bowitt and Mr. Cartledge, it is continuous week in, week out, and there's a couple over here who will also be going out for a cup of tea with you. Please, calm it down, or you know the consequence. Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, they...
You are coping and seething.
They shout on a Wednesday and they defect on a Thursday.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
The loudest shouter used to be the former Shadow Justice. We should take a note of who's shouting most loudly this week.
Kevin Burnell.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister wants to talk about defections. Let me tell him that when I had someone undermining my party, I sacked him. If he sacked... Mr. Speaker, if he sacked...
We're going to get through this, Prime Minister's questions. I want to see the...
We're going to get through this. We're gonna get through this. Ow!
Leader of the opposition, and I want to hear the Prime Minister. Those who don't may leave the chamber. Come in.
Mr. Speaker, we all know that if he sacked everyone undermining his party, his front bench would be empty. But these questions I'm asking, these questions, well, jokes aside, these questions are about...
So, was there a joke in there? Sorry, I must have missed it. Laughing too hard at the previous joke you told 7 years ago.
About our national interest. These questions are about our national interest. We support our armed forces in every possible way. Later today, my party will vote to protect our veterans from unfair prosecution. He is ordering his MPs to vote against them.
That would be to do with the fact that the British government, British Armed Forces members might be held accountable if they murder people. Apparently, the Tories just think you should, if you're in the British Armed Forces, you should just be able to murder people. That's fine. Just they can. Of course, they can kill people. Why wouldn't they kill people?
In our national interest, and for the sake of all the brave people in the armed forces, past, present and future, will the Prime Minister do the right thing and vote in support of our veterans, not against them?
Mr. Speaker, she's claiming strength. She read the guy's defection letter and then at that point decided to sack him. What was she going to do? Correct the typos and give it back to him?
Okay, Lammy, it wasn't that funny, mate. Check out the fucking mug on Lammy here. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand a bit of a chuckle. I understand a bit of a chuckle, but this is, like, it's not a knee slapper.
Affection letter, and then at that point decided to sack him. What was he going to do? Correct the typos and give it back to him?
You don't belly laugh to that one. Honestly. Right, you're just encouraging mediocre comedy here. That's all you're doing, okay? The honest critic is much more important than the lackey, okay? How is he going to fucking learn if you laugh at his shit jokes? Make him earn the laugh. It'll mean more in the long run.
She should have sacked him when he made disgraceful comments about faces in Birmingham, but she failed to do so.
What, like, did he say we were an island of strangers, Keith? Did he say that? Did he quote fucking Rivers of Blood, you cunt?
And she smiled, saying it's a good thing she's cleared out, a good thing there's fewer Tory MPs. The rest of the country agrees with her completely in relation to that. On the question of veterans' protection, under the last government, they passed legislation which was struck down, leaving our veterans utterly exposed. We're putting in place proper measures to protect them.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister wants to...
Come on now. An absolute wagon. Come on. Like, don't get me wrong, the politics on her are fucking awful. But she has two massive redeeming features there. Honest to God. Like, I can't fix her, and it hurts me to know. Because I'd want to be able to, but I cannot.
To talk about leadership, three of his own cabinet ministers told the Times on Saturday that he needed to learn from me.
Order! I'll tell you now, I'm having no more. Do we understand each other? Thank you.
Alright, but you've said this 3 fucking times now. Either shit or get off the pot, you fucking loser. Kick him out, or just fucking put up with it. We need to spray Kev with water. Yeah, you need to hose me down.
Can we then, no?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But back to the national interest. Instead of acting in it, Mr. Speaker...
Chagos Island of Strangers is a weird combination of memes.
The Prime Minister just tries to get through the day. On the Chinese spy hub embassy, he's too weak. On Chagos, he's too weak. On funding for the armed forces...
Chagos. Will you shut the fuck up about Chagos? Literally nobody cares.
He's too weak. On protecting our veterans from prosecution, he's too weak. Yes. Mr. Speaker, I will support the Prime Minister when he does the right thing. But time after time, this Prime Minister...
I will support the Prime Minister if he does the far right thing.
...has done the wrong thing for our country. Isn't the truth that he is too weak to stand up for our national interests?
Prime Minister!
Mr. Speaker, I've spent the week working with our NATO allies to protect our national security and ensure we're having unity in NATO.
That's a fucking... By the way, quality old school reference joke there. Chagos was the secret third member of Brass. That is a fucking belter of a late 80s, early 90s British pop music brothers joke. You're not going to get better than that, I don't think. I really don't.
Matter of national importance, she's utterly failed to rise to the occasion and show the solidarity she could have shown in this House. She spent the week trying to hold together what's left of the Tory party. And she says I should learn from her. She has no judgment. Only a week ago.
British pop music is the joke. I'm sorry, tell us all the fantastic Austrian pop music there is. And no, the Horst Wessel song doesn't fucking count. Yeah, I said it. I went there. I didn't need to. It was unnecessary. Didn't need to rise to that bait, did I? In many respects, I lose. Cause you Falco. Fucking rock me, Amadeus.
A week ago, she was saying in relation to Greenland, she shrugged and said it's some second-order issue. Terrible judgment. Then she flip-flopped with 3 different positions in 10 days.
Yeah, to be fair, Conchita Wurst was based. Yeah. A queer person in a dress with a big beard on wins Eurovision. Fuck yes. Oh, it's the gayest thing ever. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
On Greenland. She said Liz Truss's mini-budget was 100% right. She said last week she was 100% confident there'll be no more defections just before the latest defection. I'm beginning to think her judgment isn't 100% reliable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. NHS waiting lists in Birmingham are down by almost a quarter under Labour and still falling.
Morgan McSweeney, Morgan McSweeney. Also, why does the bloke behind him there, on the left, our left, his right, look like Steve Coogan got fatter and grew a beard for a role? Like he had to put on £50 for his role as a backbench Labour MP. I don't know.
That's more than 28,000 people no longer stuck waiting for essential treatment. Yes, there are challenges still, but they are being addressed and progress is being made. Does he agree that this progress must be sustained, including by reducing ambulance waiting times?
Minister. I'm pleased to confirm, Mr. Speaker, that last week saw the second biggest fall in NHS waiting times for 15 years. Waiting lists down by more than 300,000.
He doesn't sound like he's from Birmingham, because he isn't. Because all of the Labour MPs got fucking parachuted in here. The fucking prick who's technically my MP. If you asked him to put a pin in a map as to where his constituency is, I'm not sure he'd get within 50 miles. He doesn't fucking come here. He doesn't know anything about the place. But he's one of Keir Starmer's little fucking dick riders, you know? He's currently the Veterans Minister. Fucking absolute fanny.
Recruitment of GPs, an extra 2,900, and ambulances are arriving nearly 15 minutes faster this winter than they were last year. There is much more to do. That's why we're delivering the biggest upgrade to our ambulance fleet for many years. That progress has been made possible by Labour's decisions that were opposed by the parties opposite.
Leader of the Liberal Democrats, Ed Davey.
Okay, firstly, fucking salutes in chat. The Right Honourable Jenny, in attendance, the only honourable mammal in the room. Got to love that shit. Fucking beautiful. Yeah, so we've had questions from the Chagos party. Now we're going to have questions from the Can We Rejoin the EU party. Actually, you know, fuck it. He doesn't need to be on the screen. The dog does.
Speaker, we remember how Tony Blair ignored warnings from these benches and tied himself to an unpopular American president and a disastrous foreign policy, while close allies like Canada and France looked on in horror. With Donald Trump increasingly acting like a crime boss running a protection racket, threatening to smash up our economy unless he gets his hands on Greenland, will the Prime Minister avoid Blair's historic mistake, take our advice this time, and join Prime Minister Carney and President Macron in standing up far more strongly to President Trump?
Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's, you know what, actually, fair points. Fair point, well made.
Well, he clearly isn't listening. I said I will not yield on the principles and values that I uphold, this country upholds, in relation to the future of Greenland.
So that's the rehearsed line. They're just going to say we're not going to yield on principles and then do nothing. Do nothing to stop him.
But the relationship with the US matters, especially on defence, security and intelligence and nuclear capability. Also on trade and prosperity. Mr. Speaker, whilst he's trying to get sound bites, we mustn't forget a war is raging.
Sound bites? What the fuck is wrong with you? He asked you a pertinent question about a genuine foreign policy issue.
Super chats are fun. Get your super chats in, babes. Love you, Kevin.
Well, thank you, Labour historian. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But yes, you can do super chats if you wanted to. Everyone, it's a thing.
In Europe, it is in its 4th year. The Russians are raining bombs down on Ukrainian civilians day and night. Temperatures were...
True, it's easy not to yield on principles if you don't have any. That's like the modern problems require modern solutions bit. He's thinking ahead of it. If you don't believe in anything, then you can't compromise your principles, because you never had any.
-20 in Kyiv last night. 60% is without power. People are erecting tents to keep themselves warm.
What's that got to do with Greenland? No offence, but like literally, what the fuck has that got to do with Greenland and Trump threatening Greenland? It's got nothing to do with the point he was making about that. Like, my dude, like everyone agrees what's happening in Ukraine is fucked up and that needs to stop. Yeah, but it's, so what? Like that. What? I'm genuinely lost as to what question he thinks he's answering here. Like, I understand politicians wanting to not answer the question they've been asked, but he doesn't answer like he's trying to evade the question. He answers questions like he's been asked a completely different question. Like, maybe his brain's just broken. I don't know. It might not be evasiveness. It might just be that he's like, there's something wrong with his wiring.
Have to work with our allies, including the US, on security guarantees to make sure we can do what we must do in relation to Ukraine. Now, that does not mean we agree with the US on everything, and I've been absolutely clear on my position on Greenland and my position on tariffs, but it is foolhardy to think that we should...
Foolhardy. It's foolhardy. You know what? I really want the world to end because of a war started by a man who uses the word foolhardy. I think that would be an appropriate way for the species to end. Yeah.
Rip up our relationship with the US, abandon Ukraine, and so many other things that are important to our defence, security and intelligence.
Of course, we're not arguing that, Mr. Speaker. We're arguing he follows France and Canada, our close allies. But here's one thing that we can agree on.
Okay, surely the one thing we can agree on is that France shouldn't be our ally, because it's fucking France. Like, honestly, when has Britain ever done well by having France as an ally? Think about it that way. Think about it that way. We were always at our best when we were fucking over the French. Come on now. Waterloo to Electric Boogaloo. Let's fucking go.
On, Mr. Speaker, that the UK strengthens our defensive capabilities, like the Prime Minister said earlier. But, Mr. Speaker, the government is going far too slow in investing in our defensive industries. It hasn't even published the defence...
Again, there's always money for war, isn't there? The cast iron, ironclad fucking complete consensus from the Uniparty that is the Tory Lib Dem Labour Party fucking three cheeks of the same arse fucking monster. There's always more money for war. We should always be spending more on war. What's that? Your kids' school's falling down and you want us to spend money to make sure that doesn't happen? What are you, a communist?
Investment plan that was promised last autumn. Correct. And that delay is putting critical industries like helicopter manufacturing based in Yeovil at risk. Putin is waging a war in Europe. Trump is threatening to undermine NATO. We have to rearm fast. So
Jesus Christ. See, he was on to a point before, and I was like, we need to rearm fast. Why? Why do we need to do that, Ed? Please do tell me that. Who the fuck is invading us? What threat is actually against us? There isn't one. You know that the actual national security thing is we need to have far better fucking security over electronic fucking communications and stuff. Digital security is where it's at. As we saw from fucking Jaguar Land Rover. Some cunt on the other side of the world can do a bit of bish bash bosh on a computer, and all of a sudden an entire fucking factory can just be shut down for months. That's a national security problem. We don't need guns and bombs. We need more fucking nerds. We need more nerds. The only way to stop a bad nerd is with a good nerd.
Why won't the Prime Minister just get on with buying great British helicopters made in the West Country?
Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker. That's about the cheer across the whole country. Mr. Speaker, we are increasing defence spend to the biggest spend since the last Labour government. We are doing that because of the decisions we took at the budget in relation to the money that's available. He wants more money on defence spending. He wants it faster. What did he do at the budget? Did he stand up and say, I support this? No, he voted against it, against the measures necessary to carry out the upgrade.
Steve Yem.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sadly, on Christmas Day, my constituent Beryl Barrett passed away after tragically falling into an unrepaired pothole, and I'm sure the whole House will wish to share my condolences.
She fell into a pothole. What? What kind of fucking Looney Tunes-esque shit is this? She fell into a pothole. What the fuck was she... What? Did she fall in and she couldn't get back out again? Was it a pothole or was it a well? Had it been raining and she fell into the pothole and drowned? What do you mean? What? I don't know what's going on here.
With the family. In my constituency of Mansfield, there are literally thousands of potholes in our roads which Notts County Council are failing to repair. Does the Prime Minister agree with me that it's time the Council took action to repair our roads? And will he meet with Beryl's family?
No, you can't fucking leave us hanging there. There's more questions than answers. You can't tell us a story of a person who fell into a pothole and not give us a bit more information. Because my mind is running a fucking muck now with like 1,000,001 different possibilities of how one would die falling into a pothole. Not even tripping up at the edge of a pothole. She fell into the pothole. How big is this pothole? Or how small is this person? Or was this person, I suppose. Like, what the For me, like, when I think potholes, I think, well, my shock absorbers are not getting through the next fucking MOT, I know that much. I don't think about old people being murdered by them. Was it a pothole that she tripped up, or did she stand on a landmine? What is this?
So that we can work together to ensure that no more accidents like this happen.
Have you seen the Vicar of when she jumps into the thing and it just disappears? Yeah, hang on. We've got to find that. That is a belter. Ahead of its time as well with the fucking what do you call it? With the fact that we've got a woman Archbishop of Canterbury now. Whoa. The quality on this video is awful, but you'll...
It's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
absolute beauty.
And again.
Prime Minister.
Can I send my deepest sympathies to Beryl's family, and I will make sure the Roads Minister meets the family at the earliest opportunity. Mr. Speaker, it shows why tackling potholes really matters. We're investing £2 billion in East Midlands to fix the roads and improve local transport. We're also putting in place tough new standards.
She died of respiratory. The pothole may or may not have been involved. Hang on, is this stolen pothole valor? Is that what's happened here? A disgrace.
So councils must...
Also, you know what it is? It's anti-pothole discrimination. It's potholism. This is what they do, these fucking racists, these bigots. Picking on the pothole. Oh, they're all violent. They're all violent murderers, these potholes. Hard R. Do you know what I mean? Straight up racism.
Prove they're fixing roads properly, and I'm pleased many excellent Labour councils across the country are leading by example.
The pothole is Hamas. Do you condemn the pothole?
To Ellie Charles.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh yes, the Green Party actually get to speak. Awesome.
Speaker. For decades, our rivers, lakes and seas have paid the price of a failing system, so the Water White Paper is a welcome first step in beginning to set things right. But there's a glaring gap. Agricultural pollution contributes 40% of the pollution in our waterways, but merits only one single page in this White Paper. Can the PM tell me why on earth this is the case, and when he will start working with farmers to support river-friendly farming practices and treat...
Wow, I think she might be a constituency might be just fields and that.
Agricultural pollution as seriously as sewage pollution.
Prime Minister.
We inherited a real mess on water, and we're taking the most effective and far-reaching measures to deal with it. But I have to say, as someone who stood to lead her party, I wonder what she makes of how her leader is responding to this global uncertainty.
What the fuck has this got to do with river-friendly farming practices, which is what she asked you about, Keith? Talk about student politics.
Because what he's saying is this is the time, this is the moment to withdraw from NATO.
Yeah, because NATO isn't protecting NATO members, so yeah, they probably a good idea.
This is the time to kick the US out of our military bases. This is the
Yep, also based.
time to negotiate, hear this, with Putin to give up our nuclear deterrent. I'm sure Putin will be very quick on the line for that one.
Is that what he said? I don't think that's what he said, Keith. I think you might be lying. This is shoddy. This is really shoddy. Fucking hell. Again, remember, this is in response to a question about fucking river-friendly farming practices and the environmental farming white paper. That's what this is an answer to, apparently. Well, I know you're asking me a thing that's important to your constituents about farming practices and stuff, but no, I think that Zach Polanski, NATO, fucking psycho boob. Hypno boob. Hypno boob, NATO, hypno boob. Unbelievable.
It's as reckless and irresponsible as their plan to legalise heroin and crack cocaine. That's the...
Right. Keith, you must know as well as anybody else that one of the most effective things you can do is to legalise all drugs. It's not saying drugs are good. It's not saying crack cocaine is a good thing. It's how can we stop people dying from overdoses or getting horrific diseases from like bad needles and things like that. Being uppity about it and being like, well, we don't like drugs so they're all illegal, when it leads to worse outcomes, is irresponsible government. But you don't really care about actually responsible government. You care about being perceived as being serious, when you are one of the most fundamentally unserious people to ever hold that position. You are the most irresponsible prick You're one of the worst people that could ever hold that position, because you are paving the way for Nigel Farage and instituting authoritarian governance, which more easily paves the way and can be manipulated by Nigel Farage when he becomes Prime Minister, which you are ensuring with your shitty policies.
The Green Party now, high on drugs, soft on Putin.
Honestly, I hope you get arse cancer, mate. I genuinely do. I hope you get cancer and I watch you slowly die in pain. I'm just going to put it out there. You know?
Can I just say, we don't ask opposition questions. They're coming to the Prime Minister, not the other way around.
Well, thanks for that. I'm sure he'll take that very seriously. Honestly, the two of the most rizzless cunts in the world trying to out-rizz one another is breathtaking.
Right, let us move on. Douglas McAllister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Western Bartonshire is set to benefit from record UK Labour government investment, £60 million.
Morgan McSweeney, Morgan McSweeney, Morgan McSweeney.
Of local growth funding just announced for the Glasgow City region to add to the £20 million for Dumbarton Town Centre regeneration. Add to that the £20 million Pride in Place funding for my hometown of Clydebank and the £1.5 million immediate impact funding. Does the Prime Minister agree with me that this is in stark contrast to the SNP, who abandoned their communities, and demonstrates the difference a Labour government makes to Western Bartonshire and to Scotland?
I hope you get cancer as well.
Well, I'm very pleased, Mr. Speaker.
Honestly, it's just, I'm doing cancer fatwas now.
We're backing his hometown of Clydebank with £20 million of Pride in Place funding. And just this week we hosted a reception meeting people working hard to change their neighbourhoods across the whole of the United Kingdom. That's Labour delivering on national renewal. And as he...
Oh, national renewal. We're doing a national renewal.
Right, says, compare that to the SNP, more interested in squabbling over independence than using a record settlement to fix Scotland's public services.
Robin Swan.
And yet they're going to absolutely clean you out at the next election. Well done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Challenging the...
Oh, no. Oh, no. You know what I always say, chat? If you hear a Northern Irish accent in Parliament, it's going to be fucking mental. Come on now.
Economic and activity and supporting the vulnerable across the country is something that we all want to address.
And I suggest we do this by burning Catholics!
So would you be surprised to learn that in Northern Ireland around 11,000 people previously supported by the UK share...
That's not... Hang on, I'm sorry. That creature is not a human being. What the fuck is this egg? This wrinkly fucking ballsack egg creature? What are you? Who let this lich into fucking Parliament? Is that actually a zombie? Is that actually a briefcase zombie? He doesn't look human. He looks like he's been fucking moulded out of clay. There's no definition to the top half of his face at all. It's just a barren wasteland. Oh, good God, sir.
Prosperity funding programme.
And then we've got fucking Ian Duncan Smith's fucking brain-dead cousin as well. What the fuck is this? What rogues gallery of freaks have we got going on here? Just can we watch Bridget Phillipson's tits again, please? Fucking hell.
We'll see those programmes cut dramatically, compounded with 400 job losses. So can I ask the Prime Minister, does he support those cuts of those vital programmes?
He looks like dehydrated Mr. Blobber. He genuinely looks like he's been carved out of Spam. Oh, he's DUP, okay.
A bunch of fascist slags.
And will he arrange an urgent meeting for me with the relevant decision maker in government?
I don't know what this cunt's asking about. I'm just so, like, taken aback by the fact that he is the penis surrounded by two testicles here. In what is, I can only describe as an Ulster cock situation we've got going on here. And I'm confused. I'm confused, chat. Which is not surprising, but I'm also not horny about it, which is surprising.
and the organisations who have been impacted so that these changes and challenges can be resolved.
Prime Minister.
We've delivered a record settlement for Northern Ireland in the budget to strengthen public services and to kickstart growth. And the Local Growth Fund, designed actually in partnership with the Executive, will see 45...
Cheddar cheese and... Oh, you know what? You can't mention the Harry Enfield Northern Irish, was it, William Ulsterman sketch. You can't do it to me, chap. Honestly, this is genuinely the DUP.
Oh, hello. You must be Geoffrey's cousin from Belfast. I'm June Binfield. Nice to meet you.
William Ulsterman. I shall judge whether it is nice to meet you, Mrs. Binfield.
Yeah!
By your actions, not your empty words.
Oh, righty-ho. Would you care for a canopy, Mr. Ulsterman?
I should indeed. I should care for cheddar cheese and pineapple on a stick.
Oh, sorry. Don't seem to have any of that. There's quiche slices.
I have made a legitimate and peaceful request for cheddar cheese and pineapple on a stick.
Well, I'd give it to you if I had it, Mr. Ulsterman, but I'm afraid I haven't. I'm ever so sorry.
I totally and utterly reject your expressions of sorrow. Let nobody be in any doubt these are crocodile tears ye are crying. For hundreds of years, my community has enjoyed cheddar cheese and pineapple on a stick. And today, ye have been seen to trample our demands contemptuously unto the mud. Ye vile hag, you shall be judged guilty.
Now you're just being unreasonable.
Mrs. Banfield! Mrs. Banfield! Mrs. Banfield! Mrs. Banfield! It is not me who is being unreasonable. It is ye!
It is you! It's still funny to me that they got fucking Colin Murray to do Countdown. Because he's from Northern Ireland as well. So it's Countdown! Countdown! Fuck yes.
You have single-handedly destroyed the spirit of all true Christian people at this special time of year. You loathsome, fat, ugly bitch. May you burn in hell.
Pizza?
Nobody is more committed to the search for Pizza than me. But to try and impose your Pizza upon me is insulting, outrageous, and arrogant.
Oh, Harry Enfield did used to be funny.
£5 million every year to support local growth. But I'm very happy to make sure that ministers meet him to discuss the particular concerns that he has.
Constituency.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 1.5 million women in the UK live with endometriosis, which is a painful and life-changing condition. As chair of the Endometriosis AP...
Well, I understand that the Right Honourable Member is concerned with endometriosis, but has she considered that Zach Polanski NATO superboob?
PG, I met Jessica Smith and Endo Warriors West Lothian to discuss their campaigns for a national endometriosis registry to capture and audit diagnosis.
Okay, I know I'm being distracted by lots of things. I'm like a pigeon tonight. I'm all over the place. Is that hair on the top of that man's head, or is that like a smudge? Is it a birthmark? Like what is that? Is that a little tufty patch of hair, or what? What is that? What is it? I want to investigate the top of this man's... I want to investigate this man's scalp. Mark of the Antichrist. Yeah, that's what they do. When Morgan McSweeney sucks out your brain, he leaves that mark on the top of your head. It's just that most people have it covered with hair, whereas this guy's just gone balls to the wall with it, you know.
treatment and outcomes. Will you join me to commend the work of Jessica, Endo Warriors Wesleyan and Endometriosis UK, and will you meet with me to discuss creating a registry to improve the lives of women living with endometriosis?
Prime Minister.
Well, let me pay tribute to her and all women and others who are campaigning on these vitally important issues. Far too many.
Kathy Burke was brilliant on that show, yeah. Also, Kathy Burke's just fucking based anyway. She's good. I like Kathy Burke. She's not just a good actor, but a very nice person.
Women are left waiting in serious pain for care, and that's why we're investing.
I loved her response when a journalist asked her whether she was woke, and she said, "Yeah, I'm woke. Yeah, it's better than being an arrogant, racist cunt, isn't it?" Or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, fucking righteous. Yeah.
£8 million in research on diagnosis, treatment and pain management. I know the Minister for Women's Health will be keen to talk to her about her proposals and the issues, and I thank her for raising it.
Gregory Catley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a constituent not yet 30.
Oh no! A second Ulsterman has hit the towers. Fuck me! No. Fuck off with ya.
Years old, a civil servant who's just been diagnosed with a terminal illness.
And I blame the Pope.
She has been told she has a very short time to live. Because of her condition, she was given a retirement date, which was just last week. She has not received notification of any actual pension payment and has spent...
Look at little Jim Sterling. Look at his little face. Oh, God almighty. Look at him. It's a shame he's the biggest fucking melter. Because look at his little face. I want to just hug him and tell him it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Jim Shannon, not Jim Sterling, you cunt. Jim Sterling's a comedian. Jim Shannon. Yeah. He looks so sad and old. And that's because he is. What's wrong with Ulsterman? Well, nothing in general. There's some very based ones. Like Kneecap. Kneecap are from Ulster. Yeah. They're from the north of Ireland. And that's, you know, they're based as fuck. So, like, yeah, they're a mixed bag. You get some really cool ones, and then you get Jim Shannon. Or this cunt. What's his name again? This fucking mustachioed cunt here. What's his name again? He's from the same party, but I can't remember his fucking name. And he's a fucking tool.
Long hours trying to contact Capita. HMRC has claimed that all outstanding documentation has been supplied to Capita in November. I've written to the Chancellor...
Sammy Wilson, that's him, yeah. Fucking prick!
Contacted the MP hotline and Capita.
Also, just want to point out, guy in the back here, Chad Jawline. He's probably a fucking absolute knob, but, I mean, just the kind of jawline that could kill a whale.
Still remains unresolved. Can the Prime Minister, along with the Chancellor...
I didn't pre-watch. I didn't pre-watch this. As soon as I said that, he like stroked his chin like, yeah, it is, Kev. Yeah. Yeah, it fucking is. I've got an amazing jawline, thank you. Boom.
Help to get this action resolved immediately.
Prime Minister.
Can I thank him for raising this case, and I'm truly sorry to hear about his constituent. If he wouldn't mind following up with the details of the case, I will make sure that it's dealt with urgently on behalf of his constituent.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday I welcomed Bermondsey PC Kevin Webster to Parliament after his recognition as Met's PC of the Year 2025. Will the Prime Minister commend Kevin for his local work and that of Southwark Labour Council?
When you say the Metropolitan Police is Policeman of the Year, is that like done on the number of people that you're racist to? Is it like a league table where you get more points the more like ethnic minorities you stop and search for no reason, or the number of women you rape or something. Like, do you get points for that or what?
Amazing nighttime antisocial behaviour team. Will you tell us when they'll have new powers under the Crime and Policing Bill? And will you remind the Met that its access standards require all local officers, like Kevin, to be a maximum 20-minute walk from their ward, a policy currently going unmet in Rotherhithe?
Prime Minister.
Can I congratulate Kevin and thank police across our...
The only thing I know about Rotherhithe is that that's where Guy Fawkes got the explosives from. There was a dock at Rotherhithe. It's a part of what is now London, but technically it was outside of London at that point. It's a couple of miles down the river, and yeah, there was a dock there, and there was lots of gunpowder going spare because I think the Dutch-Spanish war thing had just stopped or something. I don't know. Anyway, and so he got that's where he got the gunpowder from. That is my history fact about Rotherhithe, and nothing else.
Country working hard to protect our communities. The party opposite decimated local policing, and we're restoring it. There'll be 3,000 more neighbourhood police on our streets by spring, an example of the change people will feel this year. Our Crime and Policing Bill will give officers more powers to tackle knife crime, shoplifting and antisocial behaviour. I want officers to have those powers as swiftly as possible. The Tories and Reform voted against them.
Upper Bladford.
My constituents in Chester South and Eddisbury are deeply concerned by proposed cuts to police community support officers across Cheshire. The Labour Police and Crime...
Why is she wearing posh wallpaper as a dress? Why, chat? Why so?
Commissioner Dan Price was silent on this issue, seemingly content to see numbers slashed across the county until residents and local MPs spoke out.
To be fair, I have slashed all across the county.
Now he seeks to present himself as campaigning to save PCSOs, whilst proposing to substantially increase the precept, all at the same time as planning to increase spending on his office by £513,000 next year. Does the Prime Minister agree that this represents a failure of leadership and that money would be far better spent increasing PCSOs on our streets?
Prime Minister. This comes from the party that broke our criminal justice system, just like the fact they broke our economy and our NHS. They hollowed out local policing. We're restoring it. There'll be 3,000 new officers in spring of this year.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The thug in the White House has shown that he doesn't listen to grovelling or sycophancy. He'll continue to harm British interests, no matter how compliant we are.
See, this is a Steve Coogan character. This is Steve Coogan in a fat suit, and you can't convince me otherwise.
And, like all bullies, he will always find the weakest link. Will the Prime Minister close ranks with our European allies and commit to retaliatory tariffs?
Well said.
No, he won't, because he's a spineless gimp.
Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker, I've made our position clear. I've set out my principles. I'm not going to yield on those principles. But as I said on Monday, of course we need to protect our national interest, and we will always protect our national interest. But simply hurtling at the first opportunity into a trade war is going to hurt working people and businesses across the country. And that is why I'm...
So actually we need to be a cock instead. Yay.
Working hard to make sure we do not get to that point, and I'll continue to act in the national interest.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, the Prime Minister may be aware that my local authority in the East Riding of Yorkshire is the lowest funded per pupil for children with special educational...
Wow, can't you just feel the oozing Yorkshireness from this posh home county's cunt? Fucking hell.
Needs and...
Also, interestingly, people may know the name here. This chap here on the left, that's Sir Michael Chope, who was the guy who voted against the upskirting bill, you remember that? Do you remember that? The guy that was like, no, it's actually okay to violate people and take pictures of their genitals against their will. It's fine, actually. No, that's grand. That's grand. That's grand. He's still in the Tory party. Christopher Choke. Fuck me, the names are terrible. Anyway, I got his surname right. Yeah, anyway, so he's that creature still exists, sadly.
Disabilities, and that his local authority in Camden is the highest, an inequality he has repeatedly pledged to end. Well, Mr. Speaker, the results are in. Next year, children in my local area will receive just under £1,000. Children in his local area will receive over £3,800. The gap is getting wider. So can the Prime Minister explain to the House why he thinks children in my constituency are worth so much less than the children in his?
Do you want to ask your former Prime Minister and former Chancellor of the Exchequer why he was purposefully, and he even said this, he was recorded saying this, taking money from poorer areas and giving it to richer areas? Did you ask him about that? And if so, why are you still in that political party? Also, I've got to say, I'm loving the brogue work here. The Lib Dem deputy leader wearing brogues. No socks, brogues. Fuck yes. It's a serve. I'm here for it. Her politics are shite, her shoes are lovely.
We're applying their formula. The one that you put in place in government. We're changing it. Special educational needs is probably raised with me more than any other issue in this House. We're proposing reforms. The issue he's highlighted, the problem he's highlighted...
Order. Sorry, Prime Minister. Mr Oldham, as Shadow Secretary of Transport, you'll begin the express train and it'll be out of it.
Fucking kill me in Minecraft.
I think he may be making himself the next candidate for the Thursday defection, because it's those... oh, maybe it's someone else. Those that shout loudest end up over there. And I thank Reform are supporting our recycling moves, because soon they're going to be a party entirely made up of...
Order, Prime Minister. Mr Holden, I think you need to leave.
Oh! Speaker! The Speaker from the top rope! Flying elbow! Kadoosh! Broken jaw! Look at the face on him! He is not happy! Look, you don't want to make Lindsay Hoyle angry. You wouldn't fucking like him when he's angry. He's about to go nuclear on this bitch.
No.
Cheerio!
Prime Minister! Okay, Rebecca.
He even did the bow. What a cunt.
Come on, Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Police officers in Greater Manchester...
What a cock bitch. You've just been absolutely fucking rinsed in front of a room full of your peers, and you bow to him. You're a fucking minge, lad. Jesus Christ.
Facing exceptional pressures as they work to keep our communities safe from horrific terror threats, hate crime, organised crime and regular mass large-scale protests. But despite this, GMP received the second lowest percentage funding increase of any police force under the provisional settlement, leaving it £12 million worse off. Now, I know the Prime Minister will share my concerns, so will he urgently work with the GM Mayor, Deputy, myself and Greater Manchester MPs to ensure that GMP has the funding it truly needs to keep our communities safe?
Here. Prime Minister.
Can I thank her and say I was humbled to visit Greater Manchester Police after the Heaton Park synagogue attack. The professionalism and bravery that they showed was remarkable. Mr. Speaker, we've boosted total police funding, and Greater Manchester will receive up to £902 million, an increase of over £31 million. I want to reassure my honourable friend we'll continue to work with her and local leaders to make our streets safe.
Matthew.
Mr. Speaker, my constituency of Melksham and Devizes does not have a minor injuries unit, leaving many to travel far afield to Bath or Swindon to access A&E services.
What happens if your miners get injured then? Ayo!
Would the PM please meet with me to discuss the need for an expanded hospital provision in my constituency? Thank you.
Prime Minister. Thank him for raising this on behalf of his constituents. I will make sure he gets the meeting with the relevant minister to talk through his particular concerns so that we can seek to address them.
But no, he said, will the Prime Minister meet? And then he's just gone, no, you can meet the fucking Health Secretary or some shit.
Jasmine Qureshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After 14 years of Conservative austerity, councils are finally
Morgan McSweeney.
getting the support they need to deliver for residents. In my constituency of Bolton South and Walkden, under the leadership of Councillor Nick Peel in Bolton and Mayor Paul Dennett in Salford, increased funding is being turned into restoring frontline services, investment in town centres and support for families. Does the Prime Minister agree that the councils need serious leadership and long-term funding certainty to deliver, not short-term protest politics that put services at risk? And will he commit to continuing that support?
Prime Minister.
Well, I thank you for a question. Labour's boosting funding for councils that were chronically underfunded by the party opposite. I pay tribute to Labour councils delivering results for her community in stark contrast to the division and chaos we've seen from reform councils wherever they've been elected.
Katie Lamb.
Tens of thousands of people across Kent and Sussex were without running water last week. While the response of South East Water was shambolic, the Staplehurst Emergency Help Team got a bottled water supplier, set up a collection station and delivered water to vulnerable people. Using only volunteers, they supported local people, businesses, farms and care homes with 20,000 bottles of water. Does the Prime Minister think, as I do, that South East Water should be ashamed to be schooled in crisis response by the volunteers of the Staplehurst Emergency Help?
Nationalise that shit, you dumb bastard.
Yes. And has he, like many of my constituents and many of our colleagues, lost confidence in South East Water's Chief Executive?
Prime Minister.
Well, I thank you for raising. The situation is completely unacceptable, and we welcome Ofbot's investigation into the company. That is the right thing.
And yet none of them are like, maybe we should nationalise this shit. The private fucking companies can't do the job that they need to do. People were without water from their fucking one water company.
Environment Secretary met company bosses last week to stress the need for accountability, and ministers are continuing to chair daily meetings. But it is totally unacceptable and it needs to be fixed.
Lee Barron.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For too long, many of my constituents in Corby and East Northamptonshire have not had access to good, secure, well-paid jobs. We made a commitment in our manifesto
Morgan McSweeney
that we would change that. You can't grow an economy based on insecure work where from one week to the next somebody doesn't know how many hours they're going to work or how much money they'll be paid. Would the Prime Minister agree with me that all workers should have the hours that they actually work reflected in their contracts so that we can give all working people the security to plan their finances, the security to plan their lives and the security to build a future for themselves and their family?
Prime Minister.
Well, I'm proud of this Labour government delivering the biggest upgrade to workers' rights in a generation. And we're ending exploitative zero-hour contracts, ending unscrupulous fire and rehire practices, plus parental leave and sick pay. And workers will benefit from those rights in April, Mr. Speaker, and they should never forget that Reform and the Tories opposed every single one of them.
Robert Jenrick.
Bobby J? How propitious the timing. Presumably, he would have had to have tabled this question whilst he was still a Conservative MP. I think. No, actually, no, because it was last week. No, actually, he probably was technically a Reform MP by that point. Technically.
Mr. Speaker, one of the last meetings that I took as Shadow Justice Secretary was...
Why are you highlighting it? Why are you highlighting it? Yeah. You know, the fact that I was in the Tory party last week? Yeah, that thing.
Was with the parents of Lenny Scott. Lenny Scott was an exceptionally brave prison officer.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was talking about the film director. Hello. Ridley Scott, anyone? No? Okay.
He uncovered corruption in his prison. He left the service, and years later he...
Also, is it just me, or does the guy behind him look like Dan Bongino whited up? Is this a Dan Bongino race hate crime that we're seeing here? I don't know.
He was hunted down and brutally murdered. Because he died after leaving active service, there was never any compensation paid to the children that he left behind. I know the Prime Minister would want to right this wrong. I wrote to the Justice Secretary privately after I discovered this, and I should say his parents never asked for any support. Would the Prime Minister correct this? Ensure that this brave man's children have the support that they need as they grow up without the father that they deserved, and join me in thanking all the brave men and women who serve us in our prison service.
Prime Minister.
Well, I thank him for raising this, and I will make sure that it is looked into as a matter of urgency, given the circumstances.
All cops means all cops. Just saying.
Circumstances he's set out.
Fred Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I strongly welcome the government's decision to consult on introducing a social...
He looks like the man under the stairs. Callback. Love it.
...media ban for under-16s. Something, Mr. Speaker, that the Tories didn't do in office, and they didn't even support until last week. But the average 12-year-old now spends 29 hours a week on a smartphone, whilst more than 500 children a day are being referred to mental health services for anxiety. These stats are not unrelated. Parents, teachers and members across these benches...
Oh, fucking shut up, you briefcase twat.
...can see the damage that social media is doing to our young...
Oh, it's not the economics that are fucking generations up, no. It's the social media.
...developing minds every single day. Does the Prime Minister agree that the scale of harm demands swift action and that this consultation must lead to timely decisions?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this is an issue of real concern to parents. As a father of two teenage children, I know just how much concern it is. That is why we will have a consultation to look at expert and international evidence to get this right, and we will respond by the summer. And that includes looking at the question of the age that children can access social media and restriction on addictive features. I'm also concerned, as is the Education Secretary, about the screen time use for those under the age of 5. So we'll look at all of those issues and make sure that Ofsted checks enforcement of bans during schools.
Mr. Speaker, the Bertie Arms is a fantastic family pub, but because of the Chancellor's tax raid on local business, they face a 2,000...
We've got some... Parliament is breasting boobily today, and I'm very much here for it.
1,000% increase in their business rates by 2029. That means the Treasury will lose £200,000 in tax take, and Uffington will lose the heart of its...
Like I've always said, Parliament's full of tits. I didn't realise it was quite like this.
Community. Now, the Prime Minister promised not to put up taxes on working people, so how does he justify a 2,000% tax attack on working family businesses like this pub?
Prime Minister. Well, Mr. Speaker, we're working with the sector to put in the necessary support, but I would remind her that 7,000 pubs closed on their watch, and she didn't say a word about it.
Alice MacDonald.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Norfolk is a dental desert causing real suffering for my constituents. I welcome government action so far, including 21,000 extra urgent emergency appointments. But we are the only region without a dental school. The University of East Anglia is ready to open one. So could the Prime Minister set out what more we will do as a government to tackle the dentistry crisis, and will he back our calls for a new dental school in
Oliver Dowden is not a lad, he's a bellend.
Our region?
Prime Minister.
Well, since day one, she's fought for her constituents on this issue, and I pay tribute to...
Britain has dentists. Well, I mean, it depends. Britain has dentists, or you could put it another way, Poland used to have dentists. South Africa used to have nurses. That sort of thing, you know.
To her in relation to that. I agree the University of East Anglia would be an excellent candidate for any additional funded dentistry places available in the future. Mr. Speaker, we're also reforming contracts and making sure dentists spend more time working in the NHS to ring thousands of...
Why did I expect Keith to understand dentistry and get to the root of the matter? The root... Okay, I'll stop.
Extra appointments to fix the failure that we were left with.
Final question, Gideon Amos.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Children with disabilities and special educational needs in Somerset will be severely hit if the government goes ahead with removing the remoteness uplift from those authorities. Will the government commit to ensuring that those councils with the largest land area in the country, of which Somerset is one, are properly reimbursed for the cost of remoteness so that children in my Taunton and Wellington constituency do not suffer as a result?
Prime Minister.
Well, we do understand the challenge.
I'm not even going to bother listening to the answer. I'm just going to say salutes in chat. The Right Honourable Jenny. Quite, you know what? I respect the fact that she's asleep. I think that's the only suitable response to the situation. You people are so fucking boring. I'm going to sleep instead. And on that bombshell, I am going to go to sleep because it is nearly 11 o'clock. So. Poland has at least one dentist. Well, okay. You get the point I'm making, though. We basically steal healthcare professionals from around the world. True. Hang on. That's the one. Hang on. How do I bigger it? Hang on. I can't even roll in for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Thank you, Dylan for subscribing. Well, I am going there. It's true. Look at the drip as well. Oh, lovely tie work. Anyway, on that bombshell, who shall I send everyone over to on the YouTubes? I'll be back either tomorrow or on Friday to do question time, but I will be on my lonesome. Because No Justice is away in London, for London, friends in London. She can't do stuff right now, which you know is okay. London. Okie dokie. Who's going on? Oh, My Left Eye. I'll go My Left Eye on YouTube. Enjoy, and on Twitch. I'm being told that there's a guy called James from the internet, who is going or something maybe. I don't know. Okay, go and say hello to James. Whatever they're up to. Probably talking about something more serious than voting for a dog or something. I don't know. James from PA. I don't think they are from PA. Stop trying to dox people. Free Palestine. Free Venezuela. Free Nelson Mandela. I know that already happened. Anyway. No pass around.